very excited to have the opportunity to invite some of the young people from the All Stars to be on the panel, and also young people from other programs. I had asked members of our working group to make some recommendations of young people they thought in their programs who might want to have a conversation about impact of after school on them. So what I've shared with them is, they're going to introduce themselves. I'm going to ask them a couple of questions. Some of them may respond to some questions. All of them may respond. I told them what I want to do is it's not just about answering. I really want us to help create a conversation with them.
I got involved with All Stars because All Stars actually came to my school. And first time I saw business professional people come to my school, I'm like, let me just try this because I'm a very busybody guy. I like to do things. So I let me try this. Let me take this for a spin to see how it works. And now I'm here on the panel today.
My name is Hector Maldonado. I am 18 years old. I just graduated high school Monday, so that was interesting. I came here essentially on behalf, I can say, with Lindsay. Grassroots. It's a small nonprofit nearby, actually, like 2-3 blocks away. And I've been with them for 3 years now, actually. This summer will mark the 3-year mark. And I just came here to talk about my experience with them and how it's helped shape me as the person I am today, emotionally, mentally, and I'm prepared, I think, with dealing with life because of them. So I want to talk about that.
Hi, I'm Lindsay James. I'm 16 years old. I'm a junior, rising senior at Science Park High School, and like Hector said, I also am here representing Grassroots. I've been with them for 2 years, and I'm also going to talk about my experience with them and how they help me with their after-school programs.
Hello, my name is Ashley Benton. I'm currently 18 years old, a senior at East Orange Campus High School. I graduate today. I was referred by my teacher, my AP government teacher. That's how I got involved with All Stars, and so far, so good.
Hello everyone, my name is Shirley Belazaire. I'm 16. I am a rising senior at St. Vincent Academy. I was introduced to the All Stars through Kathy and Amani. They came to my school. I've been very involved with the All Stars since July 2014, and since then I've continued my participation with the All Stars.
Hello, my name is Sherrod Banks. I'm 21 years old. I graduated from Science Park High School 4 years ago.
Ooh.
And I first heard about the I first heard about the All Stars Project through the North Yoga movement because I am also a yogi, and I do poetry and I rap, and just so happened the instructor, who just so happened to be Miss Amy, she told me about what's going on here at the All Stars Project. So me being Mr. Curious, found out about it, went through the DSY program, which I recently just graduated from, and I got to say that I like the experience here, and you will hear more about it.
Thank you. Thank you all. So let me start with the first question is share with our audience what you have felt the impact, and all of you I've talked to and you have said there's been a positive impact, that being involved in these after school programs have really impacted you in your life. So can you just begin to share with people what you mean by that? How has it? In what ways?
It made me a leader. I never thought that me as myself would become a leader. Yes, I'm outspoken. Yes, I'm bright. Yes, I'm always happy. I'm giggly and I'm funny. But I never knew that I could become a leader. Through the All Stars, it helped me push that ability farther. It's more of a, I see that you can be a leader. I see that you can do this. And it's not only them telling you that you can do this, it's them pushing you to become that. So, for example, if you came up to me and said, I see potential in you, I see you becoming a leader, I see you being something great, not only will you tell me that, but you will push me and strive me to become what you have said that I can become.
it actually helped me my friend had this word, physically. It helps me in that sense, like socially, emotionally, mentally, and even physically. Grassroots, the experiences I had with them were a lot. I mean, 3 years, a lot happens. But I kind of learned how to relax generally when like struggles like really get hard. I learned that there's a way of relaxing a certain way where you can deal with the situation and you don't have to be so hyped up, or you don't have to be so angry or filled with some type of like emotion. And I learned that that kind of relaxation, that kind of acceptance of the situation you're in helps genuinely with anything that you're doing, no matter what it is. And they kind of helped me through a lot of different ways, just talking to the people, actually doing their arts programs, but they helped me kind of become the person I am through like telling me that life's not always about rushing things, that you can chill out, you can relax, and that can slowly start building up in who you are.
Well, for me, grassroots kind of helped me socially, because through that I was able to like make friends and acquaintances that through school I never really was able to do before. Not only that, but grassroots also kind of helped me learn how to help me conquer my fear of public speaking and speaking to or performing in front of large crowds, which again took me a while to actually finally get used to doing.
I say that one of the benefits that Ashley got from joining the All Stars program is basically just giving people a chance, because like prior to joining the All Stars program, I didn't really trust too many people due to what I've been through in my childhood. Now, I got to say that although I'm still skeptical, in the same token, I can also give people a chance to actually prove themselves, in other words, to actually allow me to see whether their intentions is good or bad. And I also learned the value of networking, because this lets you know, like, not only can they help you when you need them, but you're all are working on improving yourself to become a better person, in other words. So
It just showed me who I am. It brought out the real me. It helped me interact with others. It helped me with my public speaking. I did dance, I did cheerleading, I did singing, I did everything. So interacting with so many different people after school, not knowing if they will accept you or not knowing if you will fit in, not knowing how things will go. After school programs taught me that I shouldn't be afraid, that I should be able to communicate and get to know everybody, and not everybody was out to get me or to hurt me or for make me not fit in the way I wanted to.
Also, after school made me think about, because a lot of my years growing up, my father always told me, the people you hang around with is make you who you are, and I'm from Newark where poverty is prevalent. So a lot of my friends, I watch my friends, and I'm like, wow, like I'm here at All Stars while you're doing nothing. I'm here doing this while you're doing nothing. And it's not just a positive impact for me, but also now it's becoming a positive impact for my friends now, because I'm starting to get them out the house and starting to get them off the corners and stuff, whatever they're doing on the corners. I'm not into that, but whatever they're doing, they feeding off me now and saying that, oh wow, you really helped my life out. And it's a positive. It's not just a positive impact for me, like I said. It's make me feel that, oh wow, I'm really a role model now. Forward, like it's a good experience, yeah.
Piggybacking off of what you're saying, Stefan, one of the things we've talked about is you're involved in after school. Some of you started, I don't know, in junior high, whatever, some of you in high school. In a world, in neighborhoods that are poor, there's violence, people don't have stuff, these are your friends, these are you, these are your family members. I mean, I, as an adult, happen to think, and I'm sure a lot of people out there go, after school is important, particularly given all the stuff that we're dealing with in your life. I feel that as an adult. But what do you think about after school and poverty?
One program I've been to was called UVSO. It's like a Bellsburg program, And basically, it was a whole, the experience was very terrible. It wasn't, I didn't have a very good time because they're just sending you there and you would just do your homework. Just sit in a room and do your homework. Like, that's not really, you're not developing no way. But after I joined like All Stars, I actually did another program called AXO. And it's like, I'm thinking when you go in, I'm gonna take out my homework, do my homework. No, they like, no, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna perform. I'm like, perform? I don't want to do this little games and stuff. I'm too old for games. Like I'm 18 years old. I'm gonna do some games, play games. So it just stepping out that comfort zone made me realize like, wow, All Stars really impact me. And now my friends starting to see it as well, because most of them, they are mostly ball players, like basketball players. So, and to join these teams nowadays, like you have to put a lot of money to join these teams, and they really can't join these teams, so they have to go to the park where it's unsafe. Number one, to play basketball, and it's just like, I mean, All Stars don't play basketball, but like if we just make more opportunities for my friends, myself, other people in the neighborhood that can't really put money towards these after-school programs, towards these higher paid after-school programs to become more active into what they want to do.
Poverty is around you everywhere. I grew up in the neighborhood that I grew up in, and my mother sending me to a private school, it's still around you. It doesn't matter where you are, it's always going to be around you. Going from a private school to a public school, yes, it was a different environment, but it still was the same mentality that everybody had. Now, after school programs there and at my private school, I wanted to get in them because I knew what was out there. We all have the same opportunity, and it's up to us to take the opportunity or to end up on the streets not doing what we're supposed to do, or not taking actions into our own hands and ending up, God forbid, dead or something bad happening to us. So I encourage all of my friends to take that opportunity because we all do have it. After school programs will really save your life.
Piggybacking off what she said, I see after school development as an escape for young people because, for example, a 6-year-old wouldn't know about what's happening between Haiti and the Dominican Republic. A 6-year-old wouldn't know about a shooting that's 2 blocks down. A 6-year-old wouldn't understand, because of their innocence, wouldn't understand something like that. So if you have after school development, it's like an escape for them and saying, hey, take these opportunities first. Don't worry about what's happening out there yet. Take these opportunities in first to know that there are doors that can be opened. Just because there's a shooting 2 blocks down, that doesn't mean that, oh, I can't go out anymore, there's nothing out there for me, there's always shootings. No, there's always opportunities for you. So I feel as though after school development is an escape. It's to say, yes, the world is bad, but hey, there are still doors that are open to you. You just gotta reach out and grab it.
And to piggyback on what she said,
Giant piggy.
while she was talking, I noticed a sign to my left that says after school growth. So what that tells me is, if after school is about growth, then growth should be continued. However, there is a theory that I once read about in psychology called the nature nurture. Yes, yeah, you already know. Okay, so nature is what one inherits, meaning you know what's right and what's wrong. Now, with nature, once you know or you learn something about what's right and what's wrong, you do your best to apply these things. Meanwhile, the nurture, that's just another way of saying environment. Meaning, if you have like a terrible environment or poverty, in other words, surrounding your area, you're gonna pretty much say like, wow, like what's going on? Like why is this the way it is? I mean, it's a reason behind all these things, meaning that we don't really have nothing to look forward to, in other words. So with this information being given out, you say, wow, this is what I have to do? Like, this gives us the motivation to move forward, despite our environment. Now, don't misunderstand me. You have to be aware of your environment, meaning you have to know what's going on, what's the causes, and what can you do about it. Now, with after-school programs, you pick up tools that you can add on with what you already have or what you already learned from your parents or whoever. You take those tools, and with those tools, you can possibly help better the conditions, these terrible conditions that surround us. So I say after-school programs are very important because it helps not only grow the individual, but it motivates him or her to actually make the environment they came from better.
Now, in some of the conversations we had, some of you talked about environments of after school, and you talked about the kind of adults. I thought it might be helpful for those of you who were thinking about that, is you said there was a somewhat different kind of adult in after school than you experienced in your regular day.
Well, from my experience with grassroots, and even some other programs I've taken, but mainly grassroots, with the adults, it's different from in school. In school, the adults have a certain type of authority with air about them, and you have a line that you do not cross. So you only call them Mr., Mrs., Miss, last names only. Some might allow you to use just Mr. and then the first name of the first letter of the last name. But like when entering grassroots, there's just even if you're a new student there, they treat you like your friends. The instructors, you don't even have to call them Mr. whatever their last name is. For all of them, you call them by their first name. I'm like, you don't want me to call you, I don't know, Mr. Blake? They're like, no, call me James. It's cool. Or call me Jason or whatever. It's different. So you're building, it seems you're closer to them, like since you're on the first name basis, and that helps you build a deeper relationship with them in a sort of sense.
You know, that actually reminds me of what one of my peers told me a few months ago. He told me that there's a difference between an elder or what some of me and my younger peers call an old head. Now, I'm gonna break it down to you right quick what it means.
Break it down.
All right. Now, when you hear the word elder, you think of possibly an old guy with a cane who's all grumpy. No. An elder is one who not only knows the youth, but respects the youth, regardless of what he's into. Now, there's a chapter in the Art of Seduction called Enter the Spirit. Now, with that, how I see it is the elder will actually enter the young person's spirit, meaning he will actually partake in some of the activities that the youth is in to make the youth more comfortable being around them. Now, once the youth is comfortable being around that elder, the elder slowly starts to pull them in and actually become like a mentor, in other words, to guide them in the right direction. That's an elder to me. Basically one who takes time out to understand the youth and tries to teach them the right things. Now, an old head is the grumpy old guy who tries to tell the youth what to do and don't even take time to even get to know the youth.
My experience of what you shared with me is that through after-school programs, you all personally grew. You all developed in some way. You all talked about how you changed or did something different from when you began to now. Can you share just what was it? Like, I don't know, was it a conversation? Did you do something? What helped you grow? What helped you? What activities? What did you do?
Boxing.
Boxing.
I'm a rising senior. I've been boxing since freshman year. When I first entered boxing, it was the worst thing ever. because imagine a female walking into a boxing ring like, I want to become a boxer. And basically the environment was, you're a female, you can't do this, you can't punch like men, you can't do all of this. So in my head, I'm like, you telling me stuff I can't do, but I'm here to develop. I'm here to figure out my own strengths. I'm not here to listen to your opinion. I'm here to do what I gotta do to find myself, to develop myself into the strong person I know I can become. So through the whole process, I was getting looked down upon, and then every match I would win, they're like, oh, okay, I see. And then it's not until they realize how passionate I was about developing into a female boxer that they were like, wow, she's pretty serious about this. So connecting it with after school growth and development, I feel as though when a child walks into a room where they say they're going to develop, it's not only about you sitting there and saying, okay, we're going to teach you about this. You need to, I feel as though a connection with them helps to encourage them to develop. So it's not just walking in and saying, I'm gonna do this for you, here's development, all right, bye. Whereas if you get to know the child and you get to know what that child is looking for, and you search for what the child is looking for and you hand it to them, that helps that child feel, hey, this person is really trying to help me. So through boxing, I met my coach, who is now my best friend. He's like, I've never seen a female want to develop from boxing. Boxing isn't only about you fighting and winning matches. It's also about you pushing yourself, you working out on a daily basis, you striving to be the best that you can be. And through striving being the best that I can be, I'm now entering kickboxing. So it's not on development is just ongoing. It doesn't stop. So when you continue a connection with someone, their job, I feel as though, is to continue to develop you in any way that they can possible, because development does not stop.
Okay.
In my case, okay, I read a lot of books. So have anyone read The Pedagogy of the Oppressed by Freire? Okay, so in there he talks about students and teachers, and he talks about this relationship, like this dichotomy between them. How students are like, they have to learn, and teachers are like, they have to teach. And it's kind of the one, like the mindset that we've established. But with after school programs, it's like different. It's what he considers like the better kind of teaching method, which is where students become student teachers and teachers become teacher students, which is kind of weird. It's when we realize that we can learn from each other and we can teach each other. And I learned this through grassroots after staying way later than I should have. Like it was like, we're just supposed to get out at like 5:30, and I would stay till 8 or 9 watching them glass blow and watching them work. And I just, like, we would have conversations about anything. And I realized it was like as though we were teaching each other, because they were always my teacher. They were, although yes, I could call them by their first name, they were still a teacher, a mentor to me. But at this point, I realized that they learned from me too, and that it was an exchange of like information. It wasn't just them looming over me. And that kind of experience definitely developed who I was as a person, because I realized I can teach my friends, and my friends can teach me. It's a mutual understanding. It's not that we're all in this, sure, we would love to be all equal, but we all have our gifts and talents in certain areas. And it's important to adapt from people who are better in those areas. And so by like realizing that, it was kind of like when she said what kind of developed you, what allowed you to develop, it was a conversation, but it wasn't one, it was all the conversations. And 3 years, I'm 18, that's a sixth of my life. That's a lot. So being so attached to grassroots, I've realized that it's because we're in this position where we aren't just students, or we aren't just one type of person. We're like our weird mix of a person. We're our own personality that's jumbled together, hoping to stay stable for the last bit of high school. And because of that, they allowed me to understand that I can learn from anyone, that I can become who I want to be through anyone. It can be someone younger than me. I can learn a lesson from a 6-year-old as easy as I can a 50-year-old. And they can learn a lesson from me either or. And I think that's important to realize that, and that's what helped me develop as a character, because people say I'm really talkative, and I am, so I can keep going. But I think that in comparison to what I was sophomore year when I first met grassroots, I am so much more relaxed, and I know how to control myself more, understanding that there can be this exchange of information, this exchange of understanding that is reached, frankly, on a more like spiritual type level. I'm not really that spiritual, but it's like a spiritual type level. When you realize that like your emotions can be connected in this like weird interway. So yeah, that's kind of, I'm gonna leave it on that weird spiritual jab.
So let's give this panel a round of applause. And what I'd like to ask of all of you, I just want to take a couple of comments. Because what I want to do is, I thought they just did a fabulous job. They gave a lot. I would like you to say to them what you appreciate about what they said. A couple of people, whoever. Let's just do that. Yes.
Greetings to you, peace and blessings. My name is Kelly Sweat. I'm here with the East Orange YMCA today. And anytime I have an opportunity to appreciate young people, I'm anxious to take that moment. So I just want to thank you very much for, one, allowing us into your head, sharing from your heart and your spirit what has impacted you. Because for those of us who do this work, we so diligently and sincerely want to service and really serve our young people. And this has been beneficial for me to actually hear from you directly as to what did impact you, what you did need, and what you actually did indeed receive. So I just want to thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. My name is Zaki Peterson. I'm also a All Stars Development School for Youth alumni, and I just want to congratulate my peers for, just doing what they need to do to succeed in life. As far as first starting with development, think of life. You don't just live life to pay bills and die. You want to just have something to build upon in life. Like, I think of this all the time. I'm not just living so I can just, graduate school, make money and, have kids, whatever. I want to have an actual meaning, leave a legacy behind as far as, what people remember me by. So by taking steps as far as boxing or just listening to this young man right here speak about, the different books and literature he read, that's incredible because most people don't even take the time to even sit down and read anymore. Just think about that. So I just appreciate you guys.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jenny Pollack. I'm the program director at Grassroots.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Hector and Lindsay. So well represented. Could we be more proud of these two and all of the youth panel? But I just want to acknowledge one of the things Hector pointed out, which is the power of conversation. And for all of us who work in after-school programs, I think this is a really important aspect that can't really be achieved during school hours. That most during the day, school teachers have to stick to their curriculum and have an agenda, and they're really they have so much work they have to get done, and then when the kids leave, they have papers to grade, and they're just, overwhelmed. And same with principals and administrators. And it's in the after-school space that even though we're meant to be teaching and students are meant to be learning, the conversation that comes while you're doing the work continues the learning. And it's, I think, just so valuable. And you guys should know that as teachers, we're constantly talking about what we learn from you during those conversations and how we can leave time for that and incorporate it more into our curriculum.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for building the All Stars and after school and growing environments in New Jersey. We are going to take a photo and we're going to give you a 5-minute stretch break, and we'll be back in exactly, I don't know, my watch says we'll be back at 10:51, so 5 minutes. Thank you.